Welcome to the Fire and Earth podcast with your hosts, Jason Mefford and Kathy Gruver. Fire and Earth, giving you the keys to unlock your limitless potential.
Welcome to another episode of the Fire and Earth podcast. I'm your co-host, Jason Mefford.
And I'm Kathy Gruver. We are so excited to be back with you. And, I think our surroundings say a lot about who we are and what we think. And when I used to do out call massages, I loved looking around people's houses at the things they decorated with. And I love stuff. I just do. And so when you walk into my office or my house, it's like a museum. There's always something to look at. So we thought we'd do another What's on Your Desk today. So
What's on Your Desk episode?
Woo!
Yeah, so let's do that.
Okay, cool. Let's do that. All right. You want to start or I'll start?
Well, either way, I can start. So I got on one of the things on my desk is this little Einstein bobblehead. He doesn't bobble too much,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's Einstein, Albert Einstein, one of my heroes. And so why do I have this on my desk? There's actually a couple of different reasons for it. Okay. Einstein is most famously known for E equals mc squared, right? The theory of relativity. Now that equation, right? So one of the reasons I love Einstein is because of that equation and the reminder that everything is energy, right? Because energy is mass times the speed of light squared. And so everything around us has energy, everything gives off energy, right? So that's one of the reasons why, I have this to kind of remind myself of that, but also because of some of the sayings that he had as well, right? So one, like that the level of consciousness that created the problem cannot solve the problem, kind of paraphrasing, right? Yeah. And so again, to remind myself when I get stuck in my head that I have to change the way I think if I'm going to get myself out of the situation I've gotten myself in. Okay. Third reason probably for him too is he was a wicked smart guy.
Yeah.
But he had fun too.
Yeah.
Right. So some of my favorite pictures of him was one where he's riding a bicycle. You've probably seen it. That's a fabulous one. And the other one, I love the picture where he has his tongue sticking out. Yeah. So in fact, one of the paintings I painted was Einstein with his tongue sticking out, right? That's so cool. That even though we're wicked smart and we do serious stuff, we still need to have fun as well. So that's why I have the little Einstein bobblehead on my desk.
Nice. I have actually not a human as well, and this is not a bobblehead. This is a statue of Kuan Yin, who is the Chinese goddess of compassion and healing. She's sort of the Chinese version of like Mother Mary kind of thing. And I have various statues of all sorts of deities around my office. I've got Mary, I've got a couple different saints, I've got Kuan Yin, somewhere I have a Jesus, something somewhere. But it reminds me of healing and the same thing, energy, the energy that flows through us all, and that we all have the ability to tap into that compassion. And this was, maybe this is the Kuan Yin. I don't know. I've got so many different things. This is, maybe this is the Kuan Yin and this is the Buddha. I don't know. I can't tell anymore. I've got so many statues. I'm starting to lose track. It was brought back from China from my ex-husband when we were still together. And when he went to China, he said, "Do you want anything?" And I said, "I want a Kuan Yin." And he said, "I don't know what that is." So I had to. So
give him a picture and he's like over there looking at all the souvenir stands.
And here's what's so cool is he looked at the souvenir stands and the ones they had looked like crap. They were the cheap sort of brassy. And so he snuck off from the group into a like flea market kind of thing and actually found me an antique Kuan Yin. And it's beautiful. And I don't think, I can't remember. I don't know if this is the one that he brought. I don't know. Like I said, I have multiple Kwans around the office. So, but it's just those types of statues. You can see I have a Buddha behind me. Those types of statues remind me of the sacredness and the godlikeness in all of us, no matter what your faith is. So if you walk in here, I've got things from every faith around here. Stuff from South Africa, stuff from Israel, stuff from Spain, and so to me, it's that reminder of stillness, of deity-ness, of healing and compassion, and it's one of my favorite images. So I have multiple ones around the office, and yeah, so I like using those as a reminder to stay present and compassionate.
Well, I love that because, like you said, and each one of those saints or statues or different characters, deities, other stuff, all remind us, right, about different things and why, what to do. And I love that concept too of the God within us, if you will, is that we are, even though we're walking around in a bag of skin, we're much more powerful and infinite than we realize. And so having some of those things in our life to remind us of kind of the divinity in us is always a great thing.
Yeah. And they're beautiful and they're beautifully done. And, anytime a client of mine travels out overseas, they tend to bring me something. And so I've had so many people bring me some just great stuff from foreign countries. And like, if you looked around my office right now, it looks like a museum, and I can tell you where every single thing came from, like why I have it. It all means something to me. So all of these statues, and it's a personal connection to people as well.
Yeah. All right. Well, my next thing is this. Can you tell what that is?
Is that a tusk? No.
It is a tiger tooth.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So when I was in Ghana, I went down. They had, there's this area there in Ghana where it's kind of like an art market, because I like wooden statues. And so I was going down specifically kind of trying to look for some statues, and I've got a few canvas paintings and stuff like that I've gotten. But as I was sitting there walking around, in a lot of countries like that, there's always somebody that comes up to you, right? Because obviously I look different, and they're like, oh, American with money, right? So this guy comes up to me, starts talking to me. We start talking, and he's like, I have some other stuff that's not here. Can I show you some of the other stuff? And so, at first my little things go up like, yeah, you got to take me off and kidnap me or whatever. But no, the guy was nice. And so we went over to the kind of this little area on the side where it was kind of a storage unit kind of area. So he unlocks the unit and kind of lifts up the door, and we go in, and he's like, I've got these antique kind of things, in here too. And it was literally like going into somebody's attic, where you've got like all these boxes and there's dust all over everything. Right. And so we start kind of looking through some of the stuff, and I found the lion tooth. I also got two little, really tiny figurines made out of brass as well. But so why the tiger tooth, right? Well, we've talked before, right? Fire and earth. I happen to be a Leo, right? Is my sign, which is a lion, right? And so again, it just kind of speaks to me as far as, again, kind of that divinity, if you will, in that as a lion, to remind myself to roar and be courageous, be the lion that is within me. Right. And so again, lion, Leo, it's the sun symbol as well. So the sun, the color orange, and, all this stuff that just kind of, that I use and remind myself again of the person who's inside of myself. And when sometimes I feel like I just want to be that little mouse in the corner, it's like, no, I'm a fucking lion.
Yeah,
right?
you are.
I'm going to go out and I'm going to roar. And so, yeah, so that's why I have this on my desk.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. It reminds me when I was in South Africa on safari, and I got to see my first lion, and it was the most special thing ever to just be driving in that Jeep and see those animals that you always dream about seeing in person. And oh, that's so great. I love that you have that. That's so awesome.
Yep.
Yeah. Yay. All right. So this is a silly one. And
we're all silly. That's good.
I know. I'm going to have to explain why I have this. So don't say if you know what it is. So
Actually, I do not know what that is.
Oh, so when I was a little kid, I used to get to open the junk mail. This was my favorite thing ever. And this is when I was running my corporation, Consolidated Fuzz, out of the basement. So I was like 5 or 6. I had the Kleenex box stock ticker, and my dad would give me all his old like appointment books and stuff. And so I got to open all the junk mail in my office because my mother didn't want it. So I remember getting an ad for, it was like siding or storm windows, because we were back east. And it said, this is something you have to do. Just give us a call when you get around to it. And so I was like, threw that away. And so this is around to it. So about a week later, the same company sent out a letter that said, here you go. Now give us a call. And as a little kid, I remember thinking, brilliant. That is so brilliant. And then, of course, that thing got lost. And about 2 years ago, I got something in the mail that said, as soon as you get around to it, give us a call. And this was in the envelope. And I went, oh my God. So it reminded me not only of my childhood and my little Consolidated Fuzz business that I was running, and how my parents fed into that fantasy by giving me things to make me have the ability to run this corporation. I still don't know what we did exactly. But
it made fuzz.
It consolidated fuzz. Yeah, no, we had fuzz. But it also reminds me that it's always time to do something.
Yeah.
It's not when you get around to it. It's you always have the time. And if you want that thing, then make the time to go do that thing. Don't wait for it. It's never going to be perfect. It's never going to be the right time. How many times have we had people say, oh, I want to have kids when it's the right time? It's like, but it's never, there's always another excuse. I want to go on vacation when it's, what are you waiting for? So to me, this sits on my desk. This is the one thing here in my office. My desk's like this big. This is literally the one thing, aside from one of the Kuan Yins and a couple crystals, that actually sit on my desk. And so what are you waiting for? Here's your get around to it. So go out and do that thing you want to do.
I love it. That's clever. And I love the serendipity, synchronicity of it showing up in the mail for you twice.
Yeah.
It's clever from a marketing perspective, but yeah, it's a great reminder to us that there's no time better than the present.
Yep.
To get around to it. But I'm pumped, right?
I never thought I'd see one again. Like, I'd thought about it over the years of, wow, I wonder whatever happened. I mean, like, that has stuck with me from childhood. And then it showed up again as a reminder to just go do that thing.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah.
So, again, I mean, this is one of those kind of fun episodes where it lets you know a little bit more about us. But, again, as we talk about these things, trying to educate and share with you some information. So, again, look around. What do you have around you, and what is reminding you to look inside yourself, be that better person, unlock your potential, have the life that you really want? And if you don't have those things sitting around, then get around to it and go get some.
We call that reincorporation.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, now I feel like I need to clean my office, because I'm just looking around and going, oh my God, I do have so many statues. And it's funny, the one that I think this is the one he brought me from China, the little brass one. But I don't know. I've got so many. I got to go find the rest now, I think. Yeah, I'm going to go do that. All right. Oh, this has been fun. Okay. So go forth. Yeah, you're right. Surround yourself with things that inspire you. And if you've got something that sits on your desk we should know about, let us know. Drop us a line.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Oh, we might have to bring that up on future episodes as well.
Tell us what's sitting on your desk. Okay.
Very good.
Not good.
Okay, good.
Since you'd love to do the ending, go ahead.
If we get out of order, I'm going to screw it up, right?
Okay. Hey, everybody, go forth. Have a great day. I'm Kathy Gruver. I can be reached at kathygruver.com.
And I'm Jason Mefford. I can be reached at jasonmefford.com. So go out, get some things around you that remind you of who you are and what you want to be. And we'll catch you on the next episode of the Fire and Earth podcast. See ya.
See ya.